Hello everyone and welcome to Sunburned Albino's Dream Journal entry number 5. It's been a few days, so I got a couple dreams at the ready for you to gnash your teeth into. What? Okay, well, good start. I'm going to start with the better one, and work my way backwards, because this one just happened last night, and I want to forget as little of it as possible in the next 5 minutes or however long it takes to explain it. So we'll start with that. And, just kind of know that the video is going to start pretty good and then just kind of go downhill as it goes along. So enjoy that. That's how it's supposed to be. All content. It's the opposite of build up. It is breakdown. Is it breakdown? Or whatever. Okay, so you guys have seen Star Wars The Last Jedi, right? Because I have not. And yet still, I had a dream that there was this giant obstacle course dedicated to it, where there was moss you would climb. I don't even know how this is related to Star Wars in the slightest, but I just know that in the dream I was like, oh yeah, Star Wars obstacle course, got it. It was literally just a black metal structures with climbable moss that you could do. And in the dream I was super athletic. I'm not fat or anything, but I'm not in shape. And I'm really skinny, and I have no muscles. So, but, in this dream, I could handle that obstacle course. I was like, oh, I made that shit my bitch. I was like, oh, you want to get underneath me and give me the goods? Because that's what I want. And you do what I say, because I'm dominating you. Dominating you. So, yeah. I did very well at it. It wasn't even a structured thing. It was just people were just kind of doing it. You just could do it. It was like one of those small obstacle courses you see at an amusement park or something. It's you just go in, run it, and then get out. So there wasn't even any sort of structured thing. But apparently behind the scenes, there was this whole official tournament thing where they were competing for times, and I didn't know about any of that. So I guess the obstacle course was there for a full few hours before I got there, and the people were doing it, and I was like, oh, I'll do this, and I don't know what's happening yet. And then I learned later that they were gonna have people were gonna move on to some kind of semifinals and compete, and I was like, what? I didn't know this was a competition. I'm fucking killing it over here. You're gonna let me in that competition right now. And then the committee was a bunch of Beverly Hills housewives. Just rich women who've done nothing. They're they do the PTA or something, and that's their job. That's their number one career, is they decide who bakes cupcakes once a week or whatever they do. So, and then all of a sudden, I was my age when I was doing the obstacles, but then all of a sudden, as we're trying to do this whole shady negotiationatory tactics with these people, all of a sudden I'm 7 or 8 years old, but I still have my 23-year-old brain, so I'm still sassing the fuck out of them, and everybody loves it so much. How is this little kid so smart and also very offensive, and we don't like him? But I'm jumping ahead a little bit. So they had we sent them a letter or something. And then they sent me because we basically just threatened them. Or my parents got super mad and was like, we're gonna tell so many people about your guys are bitches. And I don't know. And then I drew up, because I thought that they were going to let me in, right? And so all of a sudden, flash forward, I'm in this printing station, and I'm printing out some kind of apology note. But also, or no, it's a threat. I'm printing out a major giant fuck you, because it seems maybe they're not gonna let me in. And then I have to destroy evidence because someone's about to come in and see that I did this. So I'm oh shit. So it's a pamphlet form for some reason. I'm passing out Jehovah's Witness style, hey, fuck you, and also fuck you as well. So I put that in the shredder, and I throw another book in the trash, which is apparently what's the word? What? Condemning? That's not the word, but I am so mad I can't think of that word right now. Condemning, but the different word. Anyway, So I'm gonna be thinking about that in the back of my mind. Like 20% of my brain's gonna be dedicated to that, and it's gonna affect my storytelling. I'm very upset. um, shit. No, damning, but not that word either. Okay. Anyway, yeah. So that happens for some reason. Also, as we're driving over to the Beverly Hills mansion area, it's nighttime, and then I hear some Italian restaurant playing an instrumental of mine that I did, and I was like, I never gave them that. How do they have that? And then my parents were like, "Oh, yeah, how do they have that?" And it's like, "Oh, that's fine as long as if they paid me." But it's like, where do they find this? Like, I'm gonna give, yeah. And then we just drove by, and it didn't matter at all. So then we got there, and it was daytime all of a sudden. We got to the neighborhood, and we're there, and we have the understanding that I'm gonna be allowed back into the competition that is happening with a bunch of other children, I suppose. I guess everybody was children all along, and I've only just now, the wool has been over my eyes, and I took it off, and I was like, oh, we're all youngsters, and innocent child, I almost said child molesters, but that's not what we are at all. Uh, okay, so it's kind of like, imagine like a potluck scenario that just takes place in somebody's like rich house. There's like barbecue and stuff going on. And so then we get to the table, me and my parents, they're parents of their 8-year-old son that I am, and we're talking to them, and they're like clearly threatened by us because, and also they ignore, like sometimes there's a thing where like my mom is like, oh, so like what's that? Like she asks a question sort of into the ether while people are around, and nobody answers her at all, and it's like, oh, well, we know where we stand, but that's okay because we're about to take charge of this situation. So we go into the table and we're talking to these people, and then the head mistress or whatever of the obstacle thing is like, yeah, we're really sorry, but we can't let you, because the competition's today if we're like in it. We can't let you do it. We can let you do next week. Next week there's gonna be another one. You could do that. And then my 8-year-old self, just like, I wish that I had face cam just to show you this face, but also I'm glad that I don't because you don't want to see this face right now. But it was just like a face like evil death that I was making, and also sociopath robot, if you imagine. Like, you know the emoji that's like your mouth is just a straight line across? Imagine that with like robotic serial killer features. And that's the face that I was making. And also, I had a bunch of sick burns. Like, I was really roasty in this dream, but I don't remember any of them, and that's upsetting because they were solid. They were super solid. But basically, I was just like, fuck you! Not like that, but kind of like that, I guess. Um, and yeah, like, here's the thing about super white, upper class, echelon level of housewife is they really don't know how to deal with kids who can talk like adults and be really real dicks about it when they've been slighted. They're just like, what? Like they had to like get up and leave the room because I offended them so much they had to relocate. So that was something. And that was kind of it. And it's like, there's never any satisfying conclusion. I didn't get to run the obstacle thing, even though I knew I was super good at it and I would have won. And then the 3 people that did go that I knew, I was like, I would have beat all those bitches. How dare you guys get to go? So I wanted to kill them, but I didn't kill them because I didn't actually see them. And then, okay, so then the other dream that I had was in high school, an area sort of like, like the commons area, like the lunchroom, or actually, I mean, it was a battleground. It was a high school battleground because we were fucking attacking each other with maces and shit. It was a medieval conflict. Just everybody in the high school against each other. There were teams. I don't know whose side was on what side. I just remember hanging off the shoulders of an extremely buff man and like knocking projectiles out of the air with my mace to try and protect him, but he was still getting hit by some of them, and it was like his nose was bleeding and stuff, and I was like, I don't know why this is my position. I can handle myself just fine. But and I was just like, yeah, it was like, I was a backpack, basically. he'd like walk up and start attacking people, and I'd be like, ah, 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 like, yeah, I'll swing from behind here. I've got your back, bro. Literally. Oh! And yeah, there were people I knew there. Like it was my high school, and I was just bashing their faces in with a bloody mace. And I didn't like it. I think that's an important thing to convey. Is I wasn't a big fan of what I was doing. I just knew that it was something I had to do. I was going through the motions. I was like, this exists for some reason, and I'm gonna follow through because that's what I guess the people are doing. So I'll do it. And then I had this thought of like, ooh, okay, it was an orchestrated thing. Nobody was supposed to die. It wasn't supposed to be like a death thing. You'd get punished if you killed someone. So all you were supposed to do was just like savagely wound people with your medieval killing machines. So and the drama teacher was leading this for some reason. I don't know. I mean, my drama teacher always thought like, oh, there's something going on there. But I guess showed her true colors when she enticed the entire student body to fight each other in bloody combat. So I had this thought, whereas like I've got like a friend, I have a couple of friends, but like one of them, like there was most of my friends are girls because I like girls, because I'm a heterosexual man, and one of them had a boyfriend, and I was like, I could totally kill that boyfriend and nobody would even know during the chaos of battle, and then that girl would be mine. She would just instantly fall into my arms. Yes, let's do it. But I didn't do it. I didn't see him. That's why I didn't. Is because the opportunity did not present itself. Also, it's a dream, so like it's not a real problem. Like this isn't really a red flag. You shouldn't consider it as such. Obviously, I'm not gonna kill my actual friends' boyfriends. That's a bit medieval, Like in the context of the dream, that's the norm because that's what the theme is. But if you take it outside, you're like, oh, no, I can't do that. People would frown upon it a little bit, and there's only a slight chance that the girl would then date me after I had savagely mauled her boyfriend, Like, not a 0% chance, but only a slight chance. Anyway, that's basically the dreams, It's been a few days since I uploaded one of these, and mostly it's because I haven't remembered a lot of most of the dreams that I've had. They're always all super good in the moment, and then I forget most of them. It's like, there are so many video games and movies that could be made from these, and I just don't remember, which is a problem. But that's fine. That's going to do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, you can like, share, and hold on. What is that goddamn word? Not condemning, not damning. It's very not implicative. These are all great synonyms, but I'm missing the actual word. I'm gonna fucking look it up right now. This is what I'm gonna do. Synonyms for condemning. We're gonna do this together. It's very... Oh yeah, condemning. No, okay, give me damning, because they don't appear to. Damning synonyms. We're doing it. Synonyms. Thesaurus.com, show me the goods. Did I say incriminating? Was it incriminating? I think it was incriminating. Or was that like the first thing I said and I was like, it's not incriminating, but it's close. I think it is incriminating. It's incriminating. Yes, we've done it. We've all... Okay, I know that was like, I made it annoy you, so now you're also satisfied with this conclusion. So thank you for watching the video. That's going to do it. Like, share, and subscribe and whatnot. And I will see you guys next time.